I'm sure you guys have been missing my testimony. The shenanigans of these hearings have just been too much for me. From fighting NARC and COBRA and 4 task members for lineage-based reparations, to whites and immigrants being able to have a say at our reparations table when we've never been able to have a say at theirs, to being called racist for speaking up and out about how oppressive and albatross immigration is on Black Americans whose ancestors built this country with their lives. Contrary to Joe Biden attempting to change history by giving Hispanics all the credit. To the latest betrayer, Democrat-loving Amos Brown, who as president of the San Francisco NAACP wrote a hit piece of a letter opposing cash reparations for the handful of Black American San Franciscans who are too poor to even relocate, reducing their reparations to remedial education programs, public housing, and more just over broke jobs. And I've got zero confidence in our anti-Black representatives voting for us to get the cash repair. We are long overdue after being legislated out of the state from 17 to 3%. I believe y'all are playing in our faces and grifting off reparations to keep us sheep walking to the polls to vote for Democrats to our own erasure and replacement with immigrants. But I'm holding on to my seat. What my fellow comrades wants to know about the residency requirements to receive whatever comes of the reparations you all decide on. Thank you for your time. Justice for Jordan Neely.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Amy, next caller, please.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
Make sure that's right. All right, welcome once again to the beatzillapdx official show. I am your host, beatzillapdx officially. And this is the weekly wrap-up. As you are coming in, please hit that like button and share this broadcast if you would. I much appreciate it. That helps this channel out and draw some eyes and ears to the content here on this particular platform and from this particular voice of New Black Media. With that being said, hopefully everybody is doing well this evening. It has been very cold out here. It's finally over freezing today since like over the weekend. So I noticed that a lot of people all over have caught a large part of the Arctic blast, shall we say. So hopefully everybody is making it through. I hope everybody is all right. You know? So with that being said, we will get started this evening. And right off the rip, shout out to our good brother, dark-skinned brother in the house for the 2 super stickers. I appreciate that, my brother. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. I appreciate that as always, my good brother. And let's see who else we have in the house this evening. We got our good sister, Judah Queen, in the building. Welcome, Judah Queen, as always. Always good to see you in the house. We have Patricia Slade in the building. Welcome, Patricia Slade. Thank you for being here as well. Black First, Jersey City. And we got Ayo God. What's going on, my brother? It has been a minute since I've seen you in the chat. Good to see you as always. Black First, my good brother. And we got our brother Reginald Jeter in the house. Black First from South Carolina. Shout out to you, my good brother, as always. Pleasure to have you in the building. All right. We see Nightbot doing the good work. Not doing too much. We have Derek Parker in the building. Salute to you, Black First, my good brother. Thank you for being here this evening. Yes, indeed. And we got our brother Buzzer Cam H in the house. H1 in the house. Shout out to you, my good brother. Thank you for being here as well, Black First. And we got our good sister Tia to you in the building. Shout out and salute to you, my good sister Tia to you, Black First as always. And we got our good sister Rhonda Smith in the house. Salute to you, Rhonda Smith. Good to see you as always. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you, because you are one that is always here, like one of the ones that I have gotten used to seeing, and you're also part of the replay gang. So, and salute to all of y'all on the replay gang as well. I know you guys don't get a chance to make these lives, but I appreciate you tuning in at your time that is most convenient for you, that's why, all of this is on YouTube in the first place. So you can always come back and get your rewatch game on. We have our sister, Mary Evans, in the house. Black First, Mary Evans, always good to see you. Thank you for being in the building once again. Salute to you. And we got our brother Dominique Devereaux in the house. Salute to you, Dominique Devereaux. Hey, y'all, YouTube cutting up again. Oh, man, really? Had to close out the entire app and reopen it to get in the chat. Wow, really? Wow. Okay. All right, YouTube, we see you. Man, well, thank you for being here. As always, Black First. Now, where do I want to go first? Got Brother Knight right in the house. Salute, bruh. Beats, shalom. Salute to you. Well, I guess we'll just take a brief overview of what we're looking at this evening. You know, there's a whole article that came out about Asian parents claim that New York STEM program discriminates against their kids in favor of Blacks and Hispanic students. Well, I guess we could start there. Yeah, I guess we could start there. So, as the story goes, Asian parents. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do something. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to do this here. I need to bring. Oh, hold on. That window. Okay, hold on. Okay. Get this back over here. Bear with me 1 second. All right. Okay, so Asian parents filed a federal discrimination suit against the New York State Education Department Wednesday, claiming their kids are being unfairly kept out of a STEM program in favor of Black and Hispanic students. Sounds like a familiar song now, doesn't it? The state-funded Science and Technology Entry Program, STEP, admits around 1,000 7th to 12th grade students a year for classes at 56 participating colleges and medical schools statewide. The pre-college enrichment program aims to increase the number of historically underrepresented and economically disadvantaged students prepared to enter college and improve their participation rate in math, science, tech, and wealth fields, according to its website. All right. But while Black, Hispanic, and Native American students can apply regardless of family wealth, Asian and white school kids need to meet certain low-income criteria, the lawsuit filed in upstate New York federal court claims. Now, that's one thing. Do we know if that's true? You know, I mean, because these people tend to get out here like the whole CRT. CRT is being taught to our kids. It's not. It's a college course. So, you know, it kind of makes me wonder. You know? Let's see. In other words, the Hispanic child of a multimillionaire is eligible to apply to STEP, while an Asian American child whose family earns just above the state's low-income threshold is not, solely because of her race or ethnicity. Here's one thing, you know, about the whole Black thing. I remember, what is it, Greg Carr? Oh, all these lineage people. Again, addressing the disparaging or the disparities of a certain lineage is not doing anything race-based. It's repairing the harm done to a certain particular group, or making sure that. See, here's the thing that these Asians always tend to miss. Black people are the only people in America that were literally targeted for illiteracy. No other group on earth can say that. Black people are literally, foundational Black Americans are the only group walking the face of the earth who were literally targeted for illiteracy. Make sure you keep this group illiterate. So that is a harm done to a lineage. I guess you're feeling some kind of way because you're basing it on race of what you're seeing, but the harm that's done to these people, the reason for these type of programs, the harm is historic. So to sit up here and walk in, I don't understand. It's all race-based. It's not race-based. And when you hear lines like this, just for those of you who are on Twitter and have been in my feed for the past couple days, you should see a whole bunch of suspected white supremacists upset at this particular post, by the way, because I'm saying, why don't these Asians stop complaining and pull themselves up by their bootstraps and work harder? And then you have a lot of people throwing out weird statements that don't make any sense, that Black people are getting handed this fictional thing. And you're hearing that a lot here lately, that Black people are getting treatment and have gotten coddled in America. Are you kidding? The prison industrial complex disagrees. These people are nuts. Anyway, the allegedly biased admissions, I'm glad they worded it that way. The allegedly biased admissions criteria have been in place for nearly 4 decades. The suit claims adding 39 years of discrimination is enough. You cannot be discriminated against based on your race because you and your lineage has no tie to this land. So this conversation, I can't talk about the Brown, but I can say that in some situations, they probably have they most definitely have a bigger gripe and closer gripe to the United States than you. We are talking about people who come from a different continent, talking about what we are getting. I tell you what, you can get yourself back on a boat and take yourself back home to where you came. Because this is our homeland. I don't even understand why our names are in your mouths. You're going to file a suit that you're being discriminated. Are you kidding? You are only in this country because of Black folks, those Black folks that you're now complaining about again. You wanted to be white? Be white. Now here you are complaining like a white supremacist. Well, that says enough. And people are like, oh, well, they're my people of color. No, they are not. None of these people put Black on a license. So what are you talking about? Miss all of us with that. Plaintiffs include New York City-based Yaten Chu of the Asian Wave Alliance, who said she was stunned when she first heard of STEP's policy a few weeks ago and decided to join a suit, which also names Education Commissioner Betty Rosa as a defendant. This is outright discrimination against Asian American students pursuing the STEM field. Oh, come on, said Chu. Now, how is it outright discrimination? And again, is that to say that there are no low-income Asians? There's plenty where I live. So if they were pursuing STEM, it would be no problem. See, when you're hearing arguments like this isn't an argument for Asians, because yes, you do have a large percentage of Asians that are well off, but you also have a lot of percentages who are not. I see poor Asians you can see poor Asians in this city every day. Every day. Getting on the bus with their cans. Yeah, every day. So, I mean, this whole myth is like, no, not here. Not in the great Northwest. That lie don't fly. Not up here. Oh, no, no, no. No, we know exactly who's who here. Oh, Lordy me. Let's see. An advocate for merit-based admissions at the city's specialized high schools. Now, this again screams of black kids. Number one, don't work hard. Number two, aren't smart enough to get here on merit. All of these tropes are within their lawsuit. They're putting this out there like it ain't overly blatantly racist. Yeah. But all this tells me is they just needed to get another Diane Yap. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? All they needed to do was go help themselves out to a heaping help of Yap. And like I said, what are you complaining about? You guys work really hard to dismantle certain things in America, so enjoy. I'm crying now. So no, and you're gonna go, oh, they're getting something for. I don't know why you think this law really specifically is to benefit white children. I don't even know why you're even mentioning yourselves in this. None of this will benefit y'all. This is not going to benefit Asian children at all. But you're filing this suit thinking you're going to get something out the deal. You know how un-American that is? One Who Cares in the building. Good to see you as always. Thank you for being here, my good sister. I appreciate you. And we got our good brother Kid Gravity in the building. Yes, indeed. Cap. Facts. Man. And hey, you see how upset these people is, bro. I mean, these folks are mad. And I'm kind of just looking at something, and now that I think about it, and let me make myself a little bigger on the screen here. Something I'm coming to the realization of is that even with the Brickgate lady, is the anti-black man agenda is so strong and heavy that these people, when they see that something that they were using take a hit or a blow, so you're using the Asians to combat all of these free goodies and coddling that black people get in America. Stop. Then you have Brickgate. And you have people jumping out the window, running away from the simple truth that this woman made a story up, brought black men, American men into the conversation, unrightfully so, but doing everything about why? Because the agenda took a hit. And look how fast all them hit dogs holler. Oh man, you guys just want to tear a black woman down. She is on the run avoiding prosecution. Whoops. But we'll get to that in a minute. Wee. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. Boy, did that ever backfire, didn't it? Lordy. Cynthia Newman in the building. Welcome. Greetings, my good sister. Cynthia Newman, always a pleasure to have you in the house. Thank you for spending this Friday evening with us. The Caucasians, ooh, Lord, let us get through this broadcast without losing power. Because again, we're still in a storm. So hopefully we can make it through this broadcast. Keep your fingers crossed and prayers up, folks, because that wind from the east is coming in. And if anybody has been out around this gorge, or well, we're not on the gorge, we're a little further south, but if y'all been anywhere in this area where you know what the east wind out here is like, it's not the Chicago hop, but it damn sure is something else. And it doesn't play. It's like tornado wind. No fun. So back to this. If you guys are watching this on a big screen, I know that picture in the corner got to be killing y'all. The program should be for all students or for low-income students. The state is choosing which race is eligible, she told the Post. Other plaintiffs include the Chinese American Citizens Alliance of Greater New York, Inclusive Education Advocacy Group, and Higher with Our Parent Engagement. What? What the hell do you even do? Inclusive Education Advocacy Group and Higher with Our Parent Engagement. What? That's the name of a group? Okay. Attorneys from both the Pacific Legal Foundation and the Anti-Affirmative Action Group Equal Protection Project of the Legal Insurrection Foundation are representing them in the case? No, okay. Really? Hey, we always say this. There's nothing worse than a non-white white supremacist. What's so much more interesting is that Asians don't understand they are only there to be tools. I mean, there's something that really be going on in their mind that says camaraderie because white men sleep with them. It's amazing. No, you're a tool. They don't like you either. What do you think all that pure white man talk is? No, but here's the real truth of it all, though. Your numbers and their numbers. Read on. The EPP has filed other lawsuits and civil rights complaints with the U.S. Education Department against New York colleges for allegedly promoting discriminatory racial preference admission policies for academic programs. See, now when I made my comment, these people are acting like, you didn't read the article. How are you bringing up affirmative action? It's literally the same people. How all of a sudden, see, these people do all this inference when it comes to black people. That's part of their deception. But they do all of this, black folks more to commit crimes and this and that, and all these weird fake stats that they get from nowhere. But here's something that's just simply true. And here they come out to woodwork. And that shit also, like I said, it's a hit dog. So I knew right, especially how I worded it, that who is it gonna draw? Oh, he's gaslighting. No, you gaslit yourselves because we see what this is. and instantaneously put the connection hand in hand along with your friend over here in the corner. We told you we was on you. Using these Asian anti-black hating shields. Get out of here. We know, I mean, I'm from the University of White Supremacy. If I don't know you, who will? Oh, boy. The time has come to correct and end discrimination against students throughout the state. Oh, I'm sure he was really outraged. Again, like I said, these are the people who are very well aware, and he's a Cornell law professor. See, these are schools that actually owe a debt to slaves. These old universities, go figure. And after all of these years, see, this is what we're talking about. They continuously are coming after one group. Then when it backfires on them, then they're like, well, how we're losing and we're feeling discriminated against from white people. That just means white folks didn't look out for you after, the deal was done. And you and people here like Diane Yap, who got fired from the Manhattan Institute, are hanging around groups and people like this and think tanks like this that are all there just to attack black folk. That's all they there for. So if this is education. All of this talk that they always say about black folks, they don't want to study and they don't want to learn and this, and here you go. Oh, now here's the second go around of trying to interfere with or hinder the education of black youth. Because don't forget, you, Diane Yap, and all of your friends over there, birth rate, these are the sands of time. Turn the hourglass upside down. You wish you could. The Equal Protection Project.org is proud to team up with Pacific Legal to challenge discriminatory standards in the STEP program so that students do not miss out on educational opportunities because of their skin color or ethnicity, he said. You got to be kidding. Get out of here. In 1985, New York lawmakers passed legislation aimed at boosting interest in science, technology, and healthcare among low-income and underrepresented minority students. So for those who couldn't understand the correlation, right there in itself is the description of affirmative action. And by the way, more people than black folks benefit from that. Although it was literally created specifically for black folks. Not the broad brush of black, but this exceptional group of people right here, foundational Black Americans, who are owed reparations. Without a shadow of a doubt, resulting in the creation of STEP, which earmarked public funds to 56 colleges, universities, and medical schools statewide to instruct younger students. Boy, there's a friend of the people. That's the Chew woman. For those of you who are wondering who she is. Oh, man. See, the Minority Coalition. It doesn't really exist. And I hope some people can understand that it just simply doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Let's see who I see coming in the house. I see Antithesis in the house. Black First, Valdosta, Georgia. Shout out to you, brother. Valdosta. That's what's up. Down my pops neck of the woods. Lynette Williams, Black First, Montgomery, Alabama in the building. Shout out Lynette Williams. I appreciate you both for being here. Thank you. So, with this being said, that's about it. I mean, because here's the thing. You're complaining that, once again, anything that gives Black people a leg up, although Black folks are the only group that was targeted by this government like that, not no broad brush of Asians. You could talk about the Japanese being put in internment camps, but that's only one Asian group. It's not Chinese. Okay. We got in the mix radio in the house. Black First. For some reason, you were hidden. And I went through, every now and then I go look, and just make sure things don't get funky. As you know how YouTube do, and you were actually hidden. So I'm not sure how long that's been. But I may, as you see, you're back. I don't know what happened. So man. But good to see you in the building, man. Black First, man, as always. Thank you for being here, man. Yeah, you know how YouTube do. You know, like people be telling me I was unsubscribed. And I guess that hasn't been happening as much lately, but you know how that go. So keep an eye on that as well, family. Keep Prince in the building. Salute to you, Keep Prince. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for tuning in this Friday evening. Black First to you, sister. So yeah, I'll remove that. And let's see where we want to go next. Oh, I know I want to go next. And okay, so let's talk about this lady here.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
There's a video, and I'll start this with just playing this video first. And then we're going to go into what she did. But, and it's Friday. It's been a stormy week for everyone. So here has come the part of the evening to where we have a little bit of comic relief. Unless you're a Kamala Harris fan. In that case, this one might hurt a little bit. But nonetheless, let's check it out.
As we all know, elections matter. And when folks vote, they order what they want. And in this case, they got what they asked for.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time. I am here, standing here on the northern flank, on the eastern flank, talking about what we have in terms of the eastern flank and our NATO allies.
It is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically that's wrong.
We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't know.
We must together work together to see where we are headed, where we are going, and our vision for where we should be. but also see it as a moment, yes, to together address the challenges. We have the ability to see what can be, unburdened by what has been, and then to make the possible actually happen. What is at stake at this very moment? What is at stake this very moment are some of the guiding principles around the NATO alliance.
As it relates to what we need to do domestically as well as what we need to do in terms of this issue generally, we have, as the President said, reevaluated what we're doing.
Based on what we've just been able to see, and because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened. But just limited to what we have seen.
Oh man. Oh Lord. Oh man. But see, family, it doesn't stop there. That's just a reel of her greatest hits. Here recently, she was on The View. And here's some choice clips that she thought was great to put on her Twitter. So it's because it's The View. I'm not going to air it, but I'm just going to play the audio. And this is off of Kamala Harris's X page. Let's hear the first clip.
We cannot get to a place of progress on the issue of race by denying the existence of racism, by denying the history of racism. To suggest that enslaved people benefited from slavery. We will not grow as a country to push that kind of approach and doctrine and misinformation. It is not in our best interest to evolve on the issue of race in America to suggest that the Civil War was prompted by anything other than slavery in America. It is not in the best interest of our progress as a nation to ban books and deny our children the ability to benefit from the knowledge of America's full history so that we can move toward progress. So
Okay, so far, it's not in our best interest to antagonize Black history. And y'all just stirring up these Black folks to start railing against the system like they're doing. And it's just not in our best interest. Who's the us part? Because you're talking about progress. That particular group that went through slavery still hasn't seen the progress that was supposed to have already taken place, right? Instead, we're seeing things like we're seeing right now with all of these illegal people coming over the border, getting all the handouts that they want. It's funny, but these Asians are so worried about Black people. We're the problem. Oh, right. Also, who else is Asian? Go figure.
it's unfortunate that that there are some who would deny fact or overlook it when in fact moving toward progress requires that we speak truth.
Yeah. Yeah, but it means you do something. Instead of having a stupid look on your face like this. Because yeah. That's what I have to, in response to that. Yeah. And mind you, she posted this on her page. So she really feels that she's I'm not dead. Wow. Now there's more. Yeah, mute that.
You've been going around the country. You're talking to people, asking questions, finding out what they're thinking. So what are they telling you, and what are they telling you they want from the two of you?
Well, I am traveling the country, and let's start with the women of America. After state is that they are concerned about the future of our country. Many of us often think about the future of our country in the context of our children. Mm-hmm. And so they talk about their concern that if their daughter is going to college, will she go to a state including reproductive health?
Then she goes to a state. If she's so eager to go out there and get her whore on. Because what you're saying is, I'm planning for my daughter to go be a 304 at college. So you're going to have to delete a few. So I got to make sure that you're at a school. And I mean, hey, get on birth control maybe. Or have healthier sexual habits. I don't know. I'm not a judge. But I just don't think many women around the country that are probably past postmenopausal have so much on their mind about their daughters being able to be grown adult women, having grown adult women's sexual lives, and the first thing on your mind is, I need to make sure that I don't have no grandchildren. Good grief.
They talk about the prayer that many will speak and say as they drop their children off at school because of their fear that there may be somebody with an assault weapon at some time during that school day.
You know, it's funny. I'm like actually kind of in the state where the first real like modern day school shooting popped off, which would be one by the name of Kip Kinkle. He made sure he murked out his parents first and then went to school and started shooting with a 9mm, not a assault weapon. And truth be told, to my knowledge, I don't believe anybody has ran up in a school with an AK-47, which is an assault rifle. There are AR-47s or AR-15s and different ARs arrangements. Those are, don't they call those styled? Because, you know, fully automatic weapons are still illegal. So what are we looking to ban? The already legal weapons now? And I keep telling everybody this, fam. I've said it for years. There cannot be a gun ban. This whole, we're banning guns. You can't do that. That's an infringement on the Constitution. And one of the first questions that's going to happen when you take that on the floor is, does this impede any parts of the Constitution? The answer is yes. It's a wrap. And we go through this all the time with guns and guns. You're not going to be able to do anything. I've watched this whole gun measure conversation make it all the way to the floor. That meeting was over within 2 minutes. Gavel, bam, done. Bill's out of here. Just as fast as As long as it took 2 minutes to get it pushed up out of there. Because it couldn't pass the first question. That ain't our fault. Good grief. Salute. Dark-skinned brother said, sad world we live in. Ain't that the truth, brother? Salute to you, and peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. Thank you for the super sticker? Or for the super chat. I appreciate that. And did I see somebody else come on in? No, I seen, okay, I saw all the family so far. Yeah, so let's hear a little more. Let's hear what she wraps up.
They talk about the concern that they have about whether their children, if they go to college, will be able to pay off their student loan debt. Mm-hmm. And they then thank our administration for some of the work we've been doing.
It's kind of funny. Actually, no. Because what percentage of kids, when's the last time you heard of anybody mentioning trade? And I would say one of the reasons why you're not hearing a large talk of trade schools is because of how much of the AI and robotics you're hearing. You see what I'm hearing? Understand what I'm saying? You
for fundamental rights, like the right to do.
Oh man, didn't you already just mention that? So basically, your main objective is abortion. And I mean, you know what's funny though? I'm almost through the second clip. There's something you haven't heard.
The need to have reasonable gun safety laws and stand for the idea, as I do. I support the Second Amendment, but there's no reason that we have assault weapons in a civil society. We need to ban them. They talk about the fact that our administration, because of the President Joe Biden and our administration, has tackled the issue of student loan debt and have now forgiven student loan debt for over 3.5 million Americans.
Y'all notice for this to be Democratic vice president, something that was so important is literally missing from this particular speech. Absolutely zero talk of gender other than it being tied to abortion. I mean, there's a whole group that they have spent all of their time advocating for. You heard none. We just need to make sure that little boys that are now little girls can play in sports with actual natural born girls. And it just makes sense. Instead of starting a new division, you want trans children to compete, let them compete against trans children. But they got a whole new way of what they doing right now, fam. They got they went this route. And when I heard this, I was like, oh, this is ingenious. And I know people over here pissed off because it basically cuts that whole gender crap right on out the conversation. We're not going to worry about gender. Matter of fact, we're doing away with gender completely. No more assigned gender talk. If you were born with the XY chromosome, you're going to be here. If you were born with the XX, you're going to be here. Simple as that. Done. Oh, absolutely freaking genius, man. I know people's pissed off. That whole gender, my cis, you cis men and all that. You realize that's gendering, right? So let's just still stick with the chromosomes. Oh my God. It's just going to be a matter of time before we hear that. But remember when we started, the campaign about cisgendering, that whole cisgender, and number one is a slur. Number two, it's misgendering. It's been a while since you even heard the phrase cis man, huh? See, foundational Black Americans, family, especially y'all, the grassroots, we ain't playing with these folks. So, we sometimes, the energy has to be felt from the bottom up. And on this one, that's how they got it. For sure. So salute to y'all. I'm telling you, like, that is misgendering in itself. Cis man, cis. Huh? Anyway. Cisgender. That ain't nothing but old septum ring theory. Shout out to Rain Walker. Because then, because remember, black men really hate black women so much we would let a woman get hit. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. And what really is upsetting is that the black men don't really want to protect black women. Black woman lies to create a whole blame black men scenario, and everybody is like, well, come on, man. She still was hit. Yeah, see, y'all didn't even read the article because you didn't read it. Hey, consciously, these other ones are tagging me in this and tagging me in that. Yeah, but you ain't never had the attention from us, weirdo. Oh, man, the energy hits different from the authentic grassroots, not some person who was put up with. And when you see a cat like that getting an NAACP Image Award, man, you better know what time it is and know why he there. Because that's why he there. To be that El Planta. And you know how you also have these plants. We have plants in politics. Like this dude.
To my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, let's be honest with immigrants who deserve better than what you're offering them. Don't welcome immigrants if you plan to reject them. If you keep pushing your bigoted H.R. 2 bill, then also pass this bill. I've taken the liberty of drafting it for you. It removes the Statue of Liberty, our largest symbol that tells people to come here. This is who you are, removing the fabric of America. So I want to know which Republican who supports and voted for H.R. 2 will introduce this bill.
For those of you who are probably wondering, well, wait, what the hell is he talking about? See, this is the reason immigrants talking this blanket blackness, and they can relate to us somehow, because truth be told, no, they don't. And here's another example of the fact that they don't. Because they're talking about immigrants. Family, the Statue of Liberty is a gift from France to America, and a celebratory gift for the ending of slavery. A gift between two former enslavers, by the way. So I want people to be very clear when you hear MAGA this, MAGA that, and extreme MAGA, and you start rewriting history. It's not good on either side, whether it's a Democrat like that dude or like this nut here.
America was founded institutionally on many racist precepts, including slavery.
But when you look, it said all men are created equal. I think the intent was to do the right thing. Now, did they have to go fix it along the way? Yes, but I don't think the intent was ever that we were going to be a racist country. The intent was everybody was going to be created equally. And as we went through time, they fixed the things that were not all men are created equal. They made sure women became equal too. All of these things happen over time. But I refuse to believe that the premise of when they formed our country was based on the fact that it was a racist country to start with.
Hold on, man. There's a few things I need to examine about.
Institutionally on many racist precepts, including slavery.
But when you look, it said all men are created equal. I think the intent was to do the right thing.
Okay. Somehow, these people, she wants to be president of America. And she says she's from South Carolina and things about the history of slavery it's very well known and everybody knows you're taught as a kid about slavery. She's literally saying while people were holding human beings as property, then also consider these people as less than human. The government did that. Well, I think they wanted to fix those things. They did it with good intent. What good intent is there in literally founding a country with building it with your owned slaves to whom you don't deem human, but only as property? How is that good intent?
Now, did they have to go fix it along the way? Yes, but I don't think the intent was ever.
Oh, you mean that little thing called the Civil War? I mean, because that was what fixed it. This woman is nuts, man. Yeah, that thing that fixed the problem would be called the Civil War. Yeah, I mean, and it's funny because she can't remember why the Civil War was started, but then they fixed it. Yeah, that's called the Civil War. Bloodshed, death, mayhem, towns burnt down to the ground. And there's still a lot of whiny little punks on the internet now talking about, what about all the Confederate cities and houses that were burned down? They picked the wrong side.
That we were going to be a racist country. The intent was everybody was going to be created equally. And
is this woman on drugs? Is this woman on drugs? What is she talking about? Okay, first off, the country is founded with slavery. So obviously you already have an anti-Black heart. What is this woman talking about?
Racist country. The intent was everybody was going to be created equally. And as we went through time, they fixed the things that were not all men are created equal. They made sure women became equal too. All of these things happened over.
All of those things happen because, number one, the Civil War. And then when you start getting into the woman movement, that's because of civil rights. Where is this woman getting her history from? And see, this is the thing when I'm saying these people come over here and then want to start getting in positions and don't really know anything about America. She's saying, yeah, this shows you right here. All of that, well, I'm a first generation. Yeah, but you ain't, and your folks ain't been here long. You're not rooted in this country. You have no business trying to be no president. That's a rule that maybe they need to look at changing. We don't need no second or third generation immigrant because you were born in American soil with all of these foreign customs getting in the White House. How does that make sense? But I guess if you could somewhat pass like Nikki Haley, I guess it all works out.
Over time. But I refuse to believe that the premise of when they formed our country was based on the fact that it was a racist country to start with.
Nikki Haley's on crack. Good grief. What? Oh, man. But to give you contrast again, let me go back to this because I don't want to just pick on one and not show you the contrast of the other, because both of these scenarios are trying to erase and rewrite / erase our history in this country. France gave the Statue of Liberty to America to celebrate the ending of slavery. The Statue of Liberty literally has shackles, broken shackles at her feet. Statue of Liberty? That's the Statue of Liberty, freedom, not fleedom. Because literally think of what we're saying here. These people saying, oh, it's a sign to everybody to come here because you fled your homeland. But like I said, family, this is also rewriting history.
To my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, let's be honest with immigrants who deserve better than what you're offering them. Don't welcome immigrants if you plan to reject them. If you keep pushing your bigoted H.R. 2 bill, then also pass this bill. I've taken the liberty of drafting it for you. It removes the Statue of Liberty, our largest symbol that tells people to come here. This is who you are, removing the fabric of America. So I want to know which Republican who supports and voted for H.R. 2 will introduce this bill.
But he ain't the only one.
In the view of many of us, it has been irresponsible that many Republicans appear to be willing to play partisan political games in undermining America's national security interests. I think there were several members on the Democratic side of the aisle in that meeting who made it clear that we are ready, willing, and able to come to a bipartisan, comprehensive resolution of all of the issues that are on the table, including addressing the challenges at the border, as long as whatever changes that are being contemplated are humane and effective.
Nigga, you a Frankenstein.
The broke puppet. The broke puppet. I'll tell you what. Lord. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Hakeem Jeffries, get out there. Well, we got to push for these immigrants and this and that. No, we don't. But here's something else that I also want to point out to you why this agenda, and even the people that at this moment are strongly suspected to be agents or to have been agents or plants, because you'll get those. You'll get those in the black movement, like Bayard Rustin. And then they start coming around pushing all these weird agendas. You should know what's going on. Well, you know, what we need to do is worry about the liberation of this particular group over there. You haven't been liberated yet yourself. And now you're already trying to cry. And, oh, this cross-country. No, stop it. You have to heal at home first. Like an airplane. Secure your mask, and then secure your child. You don't go fixing somebody else's problems first. So when you hear things and see people doing things like that, I want to say that's kind of off code.
And I came here also on behalf of the National Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression. And we reaffirm our commitment to deepen the awareness of the necessity to fight for Puerto Rican independence. And you see, we have to understand that when we raise the cry for the independence of Puerto Rico, it is not out of charity, or it is not a question of abstract justice. It's a question of struggling for our own freedom. The freedom of Puerto Rico is the first condition for our freedom, for all of our freedoms. Black people, Asians, Indians, Chicanos, and all working people, whatever their color might be.
Now, with that being said, you just think and put it in perspective how long that agenda of trying to build this false coalition, which literally will always be a setback for our agenda. Even our elders knew it.
I think you're right there. I would not limit our employment demands to Negroes. I would include Puerto Ricans and other minorities throughout our country, which have been similarly discriminated against, though not for so long a period of time as Negroes.
Puerto Ricans weren't enslaved. Yeah, this is a problem that stems from slavery. And this compensation, yes, sir, this compensation is coming to people who were enslaved by the white man for 400 years. The Puerto Ricans don't even fit into this picture.
Well, they do fit into it.
No,
they do fit into it.
The problem is the Negro problem. They're not lynching Puerto Ricans.
If a dark-skinned Puerto Rican went down to Mississippi, he probably would be lynched too.
Spanish, he wouldn't be lynched.
No, they don't.
It's the Negro here, and as long as he can speak Spanish or some other language, or if he ties his head up with a turban or something, he can go anywhere in Mississippi or in your home that he desires.
You're not aware of the fact, are you, that African students have been arrested in our demonstrations in the South?
When they
speak French.
When they have been mistaken for the so-called Negro in America, they've been arrested.
What I'm saying is...
They speak French. Oh man, the sassy neck roll is a beast, ain't it? Oh Lord. But you know, that agenda of mixing outside business with inside business, that is something that we are putting to the wayside, because it's no benefit to us. Oh, that's the other thing I need to play. Yeah, I forgot. I hadn't been here. Wasn't here Wednesday. Hold on. There. Okay, so this is something that, you know, when people say, well, y'all don't understand civics. You don't understand how politics works. You need to educate yourself and all of this crap. Well, you can't do anything specifically for one group. Well, somebody put this little reel together, and we're going to take a look at it right now.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you? This is for African Americans. If there was a banking crisis, then you target money for the banks. If there was a national disaster, you target your money for the national for disaster relief.
That's not how America works. We want to give those young people and young Native Americans like them the support they deserve. We have to invest in them and believe in them and love them.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you? This is for African Americans.
That's not how America works.
President Barack Obama has begun new initiatives aimed at helping young American Indians or Native Americans overcome the many challenges they face, from poverty to substance abuse.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you? This is for African Americans.
That's not how America works. And few have been more marginalized and ignored by Washington for as long as Native Americans, our first Americans.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you? This is for African Americans.
That's not how America works.
Wow. The political lying. No, we ain't falling for that no more. That's not what we're doing. Now, to get to what we are doing, let's see here. Okay, we gotta talk about Brickgate. Y'all ready to talk about Brickgate? Because that got a lot of traction on my page. And again, like I said, I can't help but notice, when people are feeling some kind of way, like a hit dog, it's always at things like this, like when Carly Russell, oh, you guys, you black men are hating Carly Russell and you trying to say she made it up. She did. See, here's the thing. Believe bad liars is what they want us to invest energy in. And we simply have better common sense than to, no, well, she saw a kid on the highway. Her story was as believable as Jussie Smollett. It's 3 degrees in Chicago. He out at 3 in the morning to go get a Subway sandwich. Are you kidding? Come on, man. Come on, man. Really? So, needless to say, was it Rona Bash? She got herself a charge. Go figure. Got herself a charge. Yikes. Where's this other thing at? Because I need to see, because people be coming out. Now, y'all see Consciously. He coming out the woodwork. Man, y'all ain't y'all ain't read into the whole article and this and that. Where is this at? Hold on, bear with me 1 second. There it is. This is what I need. I know that. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second. I don't know what's happening. It was weird. Okay, let me see if I can get this in here. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so I'll get to that in a minute. But like I said, I'm noticing people really being defensive or going out of their way to protect or defend anti-black man sentiment. So it's like if something that is like, oh wow, this didn't actually happen, and black men need to be apologized, you're seeing people literally come to the defense of the lie. So much so that they're making up things in their mind. But this is something that I caught a few weeks ago, and I want to play it because it's pertinent to what I'm talking about this agenda. Now, and not that we didn't know that there was an agenda, but this is kind of like the real time reality of it. So this is a clip that was also on TikTok from some podcast with some sisters talking, and she's just kind of giving that truth. And obviously somebody wasn't really feeling it.
We chose greed. We chose to not have a choice. We chose greed. We chose a bag over a man. We chose to not have our children. We would rather have a bunch of money than have our children have a father in the home.
I disagree.
No. You have to know the history. This is proven fact.
History.
No,
men were not able to work and provide for their families. We were forced to take the government check.
That's false.
They couldn't stay in the house if they were there.
That's false.
Then how were they going to feed the children?
False.
And where was
the
it coming
children
from?
were fed. Women were greedy
because it was coming from the government.
No. Let's
but if
get
the
this
husband
clear.
was home, he wouldn't be employed.
Black women wanted to be like white women in the Cosmopolitan magazine. The woman who started Cosmopolitan magazine, the main editor, she is now a Catholic, and she repented from what she did. She said we were teaching women because we wanted all women to feel that we had a gripe with white men. And so this is public knowledge. You look it up on YouTube.
She talked about it.
Yes, absolutely. They wanted black women to also be part of their movement and other races because it wasn't enough. The black woman and the black man had to stay together in the U.S. because it was the only way for us to overcome. What they did was with Cosmo, they lied. These were women that would say, you know what, there's a single woman moved to New York. She's sleeping with different men. She has her life. She has her own money, her education. She's getting these jobs. These women were promoting promiscuity and living a certain lifestyle when they were all married. They were all lying and making up these people because it was supposed to be a fantasy magazine. But women were taken to say we did not have a choice. We chose greed. We chose a bag over a man. We chose to not have our children. We would rather have a bunch of money than have our children have.
And so let's start with that sentiment, because the sister that said that had to drop some facts while the other one is talking about, she's like, I'm talking history. I am talking the history. No, man, you are not. You're saying all of these cliche things that you have heard over the years that ain't no more truer than nothing. You know, and we have that a lot. You know what I'm saying? People get out here and be like, well, you know, the men wasn't working and this and that. You really believe that? I mean, that tells me you are dealing with very short-sighted, unlearned about American history individuals. Let me get this. There we go. Why does that say 0? That makes no sense. Hold on real quick. What is this? Okay. Well, I guess I'll go here and start with this one. Let's check this out.
Well, justice is finally being served for Miss Brick Lady. Where's all y'all girls at? I already asked y'all where y'all was at before, but I want to know where y'all at right now. Because I just do not like how hard y'all went and caused the gender war that was so unnecessary over a woman who was lying in your face. You didn't ask for no details. You ain't asked for nothing. I want to know what all these big creators who was stitching everybody, playing only half of people's videos just so that they could come in and add their bogus take. Where's y'all at? Right? Y'all was going so hard about this lady. Y'all was taking up for this lady like she was your first cousin. Where are you at? You can't just brush over this and act like the people wasn't right. The people who was asking more questions, the people who was hesitant to believe her because of her past and her being somebody who has done this before, right? All of that, and y'all was still so easy to believe her. This is why y'all get easily manipulated in y'all everyday life, right? Because you too simple. You believe anything people tell you, right? That's why I wait for stuff to play out. But a lot of y'all don't, and that's the reason why y'all end up being loud and wrong in y'all takes. I want to see y'all be just as loud as y'all was when y'all was stitching creators and throwing them under the bus simply because they wanted more details and more information. I want you to be just as loud as you was when you was doing that to get views when it comes to her now catching charges because she took over $40,000 from hardworking people for another lie that she came up with.
And that sister ain't wrong. She is not wrong. Wait a minute. Let me see something here. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I need to get this in here. Because we need to get a hold of this other situation here. All right. So 1 second here. So yeah, we're gonna touch this Brickgate. And there has been a recent update in Brickgate. And I'm sure there's some folks out there feeling some kind of way. I mean, because right now, you know, they holding on to the last thought of oh, well, you know, she still got assaulted. No, she didn't. And remember the whole thing about so if we're not related to you, then you're not going to protect us thing. It's like nobody is really saying that. What we're saying is her story doesn't make sense. And no, sometimes people aren't going to sit up here and jump in those situations like that to intervene. And so, yeah, she finessed a gang of people. She's done it multiple times. There were Africans that called, other Somalians that called her out. And, you know, here's the craziest thing. When this thing happened, these black men were out here and they didn't do anything. These black men. And it sparked this whole debate about how black men don't protect black women, and black women, you might as well get her with a white man because ain't a black man ain't gonna do nothing but protect you. That is a direct insult and mischaracterization of black men all to begin with, and it just is cool to do. You can't talk about no other group that way. But when it come down to black men, everybody, oh, black man this, black man that. No. And there's a lot of these creators, especially even these dudes, that owe the brothers some apologies because they came off as suckers. And, you know, there's people like the Consciously Cat that just can't let it go. Yo, I understand. Oh, okay. Like, here's one, because these dudes are you're losing it. When the agenda, the anti-black man, blame black man agenda takes a hit, people like all the little wannabe Derek, what's that dude's name? What's that guy name that cheated on his wife and now she out here trying to do sexy videos? Derek Jackson. I might have to play that. That is freaking hilarious.
Let me clarify this. Are y'all telling us that if you are not related to us, if you are not dating us, if you're not having some sort of physical relationship to us, if you don't find us attractive, if you don't find us polite enough, kind enough, quiet enough, that our lives are not worth protecting? Is that what you're telling us? Is that the precedent you're setting?
I ain't gonna like this one. Why are some men afraid to hold other men accountable? Because a lot of us be scary just like y'all. Straight men today, literally. We can't intervene when women get assaulted by one of us. We might get killed or hurt. Literally. Queer people and women right now. So y'all agree. that straight men are scary and violent now, and that's why a lot of us don't want to be around y'all. If we keep them to the stack, most of the time we talking about protecting women, we talking about protecting women from other men. You see what I'm saying? And most of the time as a man, when I'm walking and moving through these streets or even on the internet, I'm not worried about the other gender or genders trying to mess me up. I'm worried about my other fellow cisgender straight men. You see what I'm saying? So what this mean right here, the common denominator? I know about 96% of all the mass spews here in America is also committed by men. You feel me? As men, we know that when it go there and it's stuck there and it's up there, anything can happen. And most of us be like, man, listen, I don't possess that woman. I don't think she fine. I don't think I can transactionally get anything from her. So why should I put myself in harm's way? I don't got nothing to do with me. And what's crazy is a few weeks ago, we all were talking about putting ourselves in harm's way in the name of unity and camaraderie in that song, August 5th, the Montgomery Brawl. And chairs and swimming and Aquaman and
See, mess like that is taking a hell of a hit right now, as well as it should. It most definitely should, because it's a trash movement. It's harmful to even because see, here's the thing: they keep putting I need to show y'all. They keep putting these things out here to what they want men to be. Oddly enough, it's usually never anything manly until it comes down to, oh, you wouldn't defend me. Well, here's something to just put in perspective. You cannot, and I repeat, you cannot. One more time for those who just don't understand. You cannot want your man or any man to be a protector, a defender of your life in the face of danger when you're promoting this on men. We have a ferocious agenda. I say ferocious. Where is that? It's supposed to be on the screen. Why is it not on the screen? Okay, yeah. Let me go back and just show you. This is how they want. This is what they want men to be. It doesn't make sense to promote protection. I'm just saying. Like, what do you want? You know? Just, you want a protector? Can't really go strong promoting that till you protect on your protectors. All that toxic masculinity, you know, that's, hey, man. You know. Boy, toxic. Now, let's see, where do I want to start with Rona trash? And that's what we're going to say. Rona trash, because, well, this move that she pulled, and this, everybody just to refresh your memory, because people like to forget that this woman did. Where's my, I'm missing something here. Oh. Wait a minute. I guess that is what I'm looking for. All right. People have short memories and tend to forget. But here we go.
And just hit me in my face with a brick and all these black man just watch and they don't give a fuck. Yeah, this man hit me, fucking grabbed a rock and it hit me in my fucking face because I would have given him my number. And all y'all just fucking watch.
Now, see, you can't come at us with no talking about we're trying to tear somebody down. Are you seeing all these antics? This is all in deception. Everything that is taking place on the screen right now is in the throes of deception. Shout out Phantom Beats. I see you in the house. And Susan Butler, I see you in the house. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. So this is my thing. Like, yeah, she's no victim.
What you want? See that shit?
What
you don't see that shit? What do y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man and do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face? Man, fuck all y'all niggas. Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why this man got a brick on my face?" And he's holding a brick, and all these niggas is watching.
Okay, this is not video 1. This is stitched video, so that means this video 2. Repetitive lying out there to push an agenda that didn't happen. It didn't happen. Oh, so man, you guys didn't really read the article. Are you hearing what's coming out of her mouth? And consciously, boy, oh boy, you some kind of fool. You is some kind of fool to have read for this one. Boy, you stupid. Dark-skinned brother, shout out to you for the super sticker, brother. I appreciate that. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. Brian Henderson in the house, I see you. Oh, man. Yeah, let me finish this one out. Ooh-wee.
And nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then they all just watch. And they let that nigga get in a car.
Okay. And a lot of people thought that was believable for some reason. Who hit you? If this is an incident all of them seeing, very interesting. So let's okay. You have to take a listen to this because and I'm surprised that a lot of people haven't caught this video. And I don't know, maybe somebody has out there. I'm not certain, but it's on this is a video she put on her TikTok. Help me hold Houston Police Department accountable.
I'm asking you guys to help support not just me, but our entire community because I cannot do this by myself. Not only am I a mother, I'm a full-time student and
our community? Does she mean Smallians? I mean, I'm assuming she means Smallians.
Full-time employee. And I have given the Houston Police Major Assaults Unit a confession video. I literally done all the work for them.
A confession video. Okay.
And also gave them a confession video of Olan Douglas saying that not only did he assault me, but that he does not care.
Now, I want you to notice that now all of a sudden she has his name. And this is what the police... So if you haven't already noticed the pivot and the switch that has already taken place. Now, because remember, it's some random stranger that about the number. Right? Now that she has to talk to police, She's telling them, I did a confessional video. Consciously, did you not catch that part? She gave a confession, brother. Let her go on.
And there's also other audios that I have given him that he has said he wants to monetize this. He also said that he will never get arrested in Houston. And now I'm starting to believe him, because who does he have in his...
All right. And see, there is the projection of a con artist. He said he wants to monetize this. He ain't the one with the GoFundMe. She, oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm not sure how many of y'all have had to deal with thieves and bad liars before. They're one of the same. And usually thieves and liars are rats as well. With that being said, with what she just did there, that's a person who already knows guilt. They already know they're guilty. And so then she's now trying to pivot the energy to now all of a sudden the man to whom she's aware of and she obviously had a relationship with, when at first all these black men who were standing around who didn't do nothing, from mystery black man that, oh, go and lo and behold, oh, you have a relationship with this man. But it gets deeper. But let's hear more.
His pockets, when you have a whole confession video, you have hospital records, you have police records, like what is going on? I have left them over 20 messages, over 20 emails, and guess what? They will not respond to me or update me, but they respond to people and pick-me's and red pill losers who have nothing to do with this case. They don't even...
The police are responding. Oh, so you mean when the sister Daphne called the police department to see if there was actually a police report made? I mean, because what we're talking about, we're not talking about this being a situation to where there was a false or malicious prosecution. No, this is about her felony through deceit. Felony theft through deceit. What deceit, mind you? Wow.
Live in Houston. They are just agents of chaos. And what is happening is that they want to tone police all of us. They want to let all gendered oppressed people know that if you ever speak out, you will be punished, and you will be punished badly. And these people are mad because they tried to unalive me. They tried to leave me for dead, and I'm not dead. I'm alive and well. So they are trying to punish me. And I'm trying to let you know that I have reported a few police officers, including Officer Thornton, and a few other officers who were making a joke about this online, and they didn't even know they were being recorded by these people. So I don't know what's going on. They're not going to respond to me. I need you.
Wow. I think she knew. Family, this is what it looks like when you know you're about to go on the run. Because she's giving you all of these confidence, but this, none of what she's saying has any confidence energy in it whatsoever. Her con has ran out. It's time to skip town. So, family, look at what's going on, and help me hold these people accountable. And she's the type of person right now to be, oh, okay, well, let's go protest at the courthouse, and y'all be down there, and she ain't gonna be nowhere in sight. Oh, it wasn't safe for me to be there, y'all. I mean, I just couldn't because people were trying to unalive me. That's attempted deletion, ma'am. That's a severe crime. If somebody was literally trying to do that, there should be charges and evidence of such taking place. But no, instead of just admitting that you lied, what do? You turn around and start lying some more. Consciously. This isn't a woman who's been assaulted. This is a scam artist. And none of you can accept that. That it's just true. She is a scamming ass tether.
You guys to tweet HPD, the Major Assault Unit, and tell them to arrest Olan Douglas. You have a confession video, and you have the responsibility of locking people up who assault people. He committed a major crime, and he needs to be assaulted, and he needs to be arrested. There's a confession video. I am still bruised up. Like, there's no denying that what happened. So I need you guys to help me, because this is going to determine how the future looks like. And they know that if I win my case, that a lot of people who make their money, their platform, and their whole careers off of Black women pain will now be held accountable and have to find something else to do. And you know that they have no talent. They have no motion. This is all they have. All they have is Black women pain. They have nothing else to offer the world.
Okay. So again, oh man, this is classic liar. Okay, so now what she's doing is, again, this is a projection, because these are the things she's guilty of. So she knows she is, because she knows she done. But now, things is getting hot. It's getting hot. Salute to dark skinned brother for the super sticker, brother. I appreciate you, man. Say 100. Yes, sir. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. This is a woman who's about to skip town, family. This is not, I'm sure somebody looked at this like, oh yeah, she confidence is strong, family. This is what a scam artist looks like. This is a scam artist who knows the jig is up and she's leaving town. Truth be told, she probably just trying to get some of you lasting, holding followers to shoot her some chips.
So they don't want this change. I'm not fighting just Olan. I'm not fighting just Houston police. I'm fighting a bunch of people. I'm fighting a whole community. I'm fighting Red Pill community. I'm fighting Pygmies. I'm fighting all of these creators who just live off of our pain. And I need support.
Ain't no our pain because you're not no Black woman. Stop it.
Because I'm not letting this go. I will not continue to let this happen to another woman. So please tweet HPD and let them know that you need to lock up Olan Douglas, because that is your responsibility. You have a confession video, arrest him. Because I'm tired and I'm scared and I just don't feel safe. And I might need to figure out where I'm going to live, because I don't think I'm going to live in Houston any longer.
Wow, you don't say. I mean, and you know what's funny, because another video came up. See, this is what people are talking about and why we are calling her and been calling her from jump, scamming and lying. Man, I know this type. I've seen this type quite often in my lifetime. Unfortunately, entertainment puts these types around you often. And this, oh man, this is third world lying ass scamming stuff right here. Grade A. And so all that, I'm scared for my life. Watch
playing with me like I'm not from Africa. Y'all playing with me like I'm not from Somalia. Y'all playing with me like we don't do voodoo there. Y'all playing with me like my mom's not a witch. Do you see this? Do you see how many candles I've been burning? Baby, I'm sending that right back to you. And I'm more powerful than you. I'm a motherfucking powerful witch.
And then to add insult to injury.
I'm in Jamaica! And this is such a big deal.
Oh, this got music in it. Let me see. Oh, I wish I could give me some closed captioning, but she's in Jamaica. So she took her trip to Jamaica. It's on her TikTok. She's flossing on her TikTok. That's where she is. And, some of these simp dudes out here, man, she thick as hell. And this and that. Yeah, just notice some of them donations might have paid for some of that too, dude. You think that she ain't hitting up the lace, what was that? What they call that laser stuff? The body sculpting? Number one, though. And 33. Okay, 33. I guess. They say she's 33. I guess she's 33. We'll roll with that. But see, I was going to read you the article, but then right before the broadcast, this happened. Let's hear from local news in Houston.
TV and the KPRC2 Plus live stream. The news starts now.
Right now, 10 competing claims about this viral video.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
As the woman seen in it cancels her plan to turn herself in for theft charges.
Only on 2, the man accused.
Did you catch that? She cancels her plans to turn herself in. He consciously. Did you catch that, bro? She literally canceled her plans to turn herself in. Now, before I play this, we've got to first touch your man and pause. But what I mean is, let's hear from Conscious Lee and his little ranting about what we didn't catch.
They were able to find video of the defendant and another person who they believe was the accused assaulter. They got in the car. They both got out the car. The defendant slapped the male, who responded by slapping her back. He did have a water bottle on his hand, and we think that's what left a mark on her face, but it was mutual combat. That's what they said. So they charged this woman with fraud because she said she was hit by a brick, but they said she was hit by a water bottle, but they do acknowledge she was hit. They do acknowledge it was marks left on her face.
Now, notice what he doesn't acknowledge is that she lied in 2 different videos about the circumstance of the situation. Why is she doing that? Why is she bringing black men into her situation when she's around nothing but a bunch of hypocrites?
So she can't get a GoFundMe to take care of what? And then this really the part that had me scratching my ass. TikTokers provide police information on Osman false claims past alleged scams. During the investigation, detectives said they received call from Daphne Sutton, a mental health advocate and blogger on TikTok, who believed Osman was conducting a scam because similar situation happened in Minneapolis in 2020.
Now, mind you, pick me red pill women and big pill and YouTubers and blah, they just at me. Yeah, and then so this brother, you know, is trying to be upset at Daphne for just simply exposing the truth. And here's the thing: black men never had to be the target of this conversation or situation at all. We were drug into it. Now you have to deal with the repercussions of being a liar on Front Street. This has made the news. You wanted to make the news then when everybody hating black men. I don't understand. Let's have this panel and discuss why black men ain't protecting black women. Oh, no. We not just finna walk away from this. No, sir, contraire, mon frere.
Daphne Sutton, the queen of accountability that literally made about 30, you know what I'm saying, it's exaggeration. I say probably like 10 to 15 different Twitter videos about her calling Houston law enforcement and saying, hey, Ro, yeah, she's scamming. Queen of accountability. So according to law enforcement, it was a plastic water bottle that left this mark on her face. Not no saline, not no injections, not that she made it up. Like it was a water bottle, apparently. Second thing, they claim in the article it was mutual combat. That's what the law enforcement said, but one individual had a object, the other one did not, and the individual that had an object was a man, but it's mutual combat.
Just gonna overlook that huge part of the situation where she lied. See, I don't like people like that. I can't stand people like that because that just tells me, well, number one, I have to ask, what are you here for? And I only see a person like that as a damn disruptor. That's all they really can be. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, let's get to these receipts.
Repeating claims about this viral video.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
As the woman seen in it cancels her plan to turn herself in for theft charges.
Only on two, the man accused of the violence reaches out to KPRC2 and shares his story in the aftermath of that night.
What has it been like for you having to stay silent?
It's the hardest thing to do. It's to not say anything when the whole world is saying something about you.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight at 10 o'clock. I'm Daniela Guzman.
And I'm Keith Garvin. The woman who made those allegations is wanted by Houston police tonight because investigators say she made up the story to profit from a GoFundMe. KPRC2's Bryce Dewberry is now live at HPD headquarters tonight with the exclusive interview. Bryce.
Now, again, y'all help me hold HPD accountable because they need to charge this man, Osman Douglas. They gotta get him. They need to do the right thing because they're the police and they need to charge him. I mean, I keep calling them and I've left 100 messages and nobody's calling me back. But then they'll respond to pick-me's and people on the internet. And people who make videos posting, exposing the truth about me and my history. But, I mean, good grief, where y'all come and help. Meanwhile, she's on the run.
Keith and Daniela, Rhoda Osman, who's known virally as Brick Lady, was expected to surrender here at Houston Police Headquarters this afternoon. That did not happen. But tonight, the man who she accused of throwing that brick at her head when she says she wouldn't give him her phone number is telling only KPRC2 what he says happened that night.
Oh, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just what?
This video has been seen millions of times. The man accused of the viral brick throw reached out to me for his first interview.
This was a well thought of plan. A diabolical plan.
Olin Douglas is a father, son, and small business owner. But in September, allegations made by 33-year-old Rhoda Osman nearly put it all at risk.
It caused people who I thought really knew me to kind of betray me.
Douglas says he met her at a club near the Galleria as she wore a mask that only revealed her eyes. He invited her to an after party.
It's as if she was trying to get in some type of conflict.
But says she was aggressive and very intoxicated. They ended up in a car with friends.
She physically didn't start touching me until I asked her to leave. So you got to get out.
Outside the car, Houston police say,
Consciously, if you didn't catch that, what actually happened is she was rejected. Man, consciously gonna be crashing. Oh, I see all these people making videos. Negro, you're wrong, man. Face it. She's a crook. And we aren't. Oh, why are y'all just beating a dead horse? This fraud is charged with felonies and on the run. That telling you that she didn't believe she scammed anybody? When she's on the run. Y'all just want to hate on a black woman. I ain't the criminal on the run.
Surveillance video then showed Osman slapping him in the face before he hit her back with what appears to be a plastic water bottle in hand.
So, mind you, what happened was she literally felt some kind of way for being rejected and booted out. Then she assaults the man. That's why it was considered mutual combat, because she was so far in the wrong. And not to mention, if you actually look up her record, she has quite a few incidents and run-ins with the law, some of which coincidentally just so happen to involve alcohol and her being overtly intoxicated. Oh, matter of fact, by the way, 3 weeks after this incident, she has a whole nother DV case, which she's convicted of.
She never hit a woman in general, but I didn't want to hit her, actually. It was like she hit me and I just reacted.
According to court documents, the footage didn't match what Osmond told police, that a male Uber driver threw a brick at her and tried to kidnap her, that she did her own investigation and was told that Douglas was the one who assaulted her. She's...
Yo. Consciously, she told the police that an Uber driver hit her in the face with a brick to sex traffic her. Number one thing about that story, though, is kind of ironic, is he's an Uber driver. You know he was an immigrant. But, I mean, needless to say, all these black men around here, they didn't do anything. And we said, no, all of them dudes over there ain't African. Or they all identify as something else. They're not black, rather. Consciously. Hey, man, how this truth sitting with you, brother? All of this, like I said, that Derek Johnson madness that y'all be on out there, man, you know. See, y'all be hating and y'all act like, that's the same line with y'all act like the Democrats ain't done nothing for black people. They haven't.
Now charged with theft because prosecutors say she made it up and tried to profit from this GoFundMe that raised more than $42,000.
It's been a divide between, you know, black men, black women, and it's been... It's really evil what she did.
If police didn't have this.
See, the one big part about the rest of it all is the fact that what she told the police, that's a completely different story than what she told the public to begin with. So she went from this dude wanted her number, hit her in the face with a brick. So now she's getting hit in the face with a brick because this Uber driver wants to sex traffic her. So that's 3 different stories. And then she's running a GoFundMe? Come on, man. To sit up here and act like black men are hating on that. Oh my goodness, dude, I got a bridge I could sell you right now. My Lord.
This surveillance video, this evidence that basically clears you, what kind of situation do you think you would be in?
I would be that guy that hit a girl with a brick. I'm black. I'm surprised I didn't get arrested in 30 seconds from this going out.
Douglas says he's received death threats from complete strangers.
She's just manipulating people using their pain. And that should be the true crime here.
He hopes people online will be more conscious.
The internet is the internet.
Oh, you can't make this shit up. Oh, yeah, man. He hopes that people online would just be more conscious. Lee? Absolutely classic. Good job, Osmond. Way to stick it to that jackass. Because hey, man, number one, and like he's saying, I'm a black man, not quite, but I mean, I get what he's saying. You perception wise, and they looked at see. Here's the whole thing. Another thing, consciously. Do you realize there is video evidence that clears this man? And you over here, well, it's supposed to be mutual combat, and so he but one who's a man has a water bottle in his hand. Houston, red state, Texas. Perfect opportunity to pull a Alvin Bragg and put like Alvin Bragg did Jonathan Majors and put him on the choo-choo. But no, they looked at the video evidence and said, oh, this brother, scammer. Not to mention her history. So instead of saying that Sister Daphne helped solve a criminal case, oh, we're going to hate on her because she interfered with the anti-black man agenda. You see how deep that is? Woo.
It's not real life all the time.
And I spoke with Houston police this evening. They tell me that the Major Offenders Division investigated this alleged assault, but the evidence in the case led them to this theft charge against Osmond. Tonight, she does remain wanted, but in an Instagram comment from her page, she said that she's been harmed and abused and looks forward to her day in court. We're live downtown. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
Bryce, thank you.
Live on KPRC.
Woo-wee. Oh, boy, oh, boy. So, see, conscious or unconsciously, this is what it looks like when you play yourself. You come out here jumping out the window for somebody who is absolutely presenting a very hard to believe story, to say the least. Then you see how she has turned around and behaved and carried herself after that. You still don't accept that. Oh man, there must just be something. I mean, this dude is really, really crashing out over this lion tether who is literally on the run. Y'all understand what I'm saying? She is on the run right now. But something that is kind of ironic. She puts this video.
Enjoying this pucker to this day. How lovely for it to be so sunny out in December. But
I just like to say her voice is one of the most irritating to me as well, because she just sounds like a black girl who's trying to sound like a white girl. Well, an African girl that's trying to sound like a white girl. And it comes off as a 10 coffee cup, 2-pack a day type of individual. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just kind of the energy that she give off.
I was disturbed when I saw on Shade Room that Jonathan Majors was charged for assault because he behaved reckless while being assaulted. I know, it makes absolute zero sense. How the hell can you behave reckless when somebody's attacking you? This white woman hunted this black man down the street. She literally chased him for blocks.
Almost, like I said, the irony of this is incredible. Incredible. Literally, this woman on your screen is talking about the Jonathan Majors situation, and he's being assaulted by this woman. Her situation's exactly the same. That man was trying to get away from you, and you slapped him. The irony is a beast.
Lied to the police and then went to a bar to celebrate.
Damn it.
And that's awful. And I know a lot of people feel like Jonathan Majors chose this, and I know black women are like, this ain't our fight, this ain't our circus, and I stand with all of those things. They're valid. You can feel that way. But I just personally don't feel that way because, like I said, I'm here for change, and that's disgusting. That we're still, even with video and all that stuff, like this kind of shit is still happening. So,
consciously, She doesn't like when there's video evidence proving the truth that you still trying to push the lie. See, even herself is admitting that she doesn't like that. Maybe you should stop. And all the rest of your ilk. I'm just saying, And a matter of fact, let's do, because we gotta get this right here. Because we just don't like black women and all of that madness, right? All right. Come on.
So I do feel terrible for Jonathan Majors. But you know who I feel worse for? Myself, black women, and other gender oppressed people. Because I was hit with a brick. Y'all care more about a white woman's.
Once again, later down the line, the exact same lie. It's not an accident. It's a whole different TikTok video. And this shows you that with Jonathan Majors' conviction, this is recent. And she's still carrying out this story. Now she's on the run. She is a scam artist, a con artist, a wanted fugitive of the law.
Safety who is hunting people down and chasing them down. Y'all rather protect her than me. I was hit with a brick, you guys, and I made a video.
Also understand what she's doing. Now, you guys over here, like, the white girl is so important, but here I am. I'm like black women, and y'all don't want to help defend me.
From the scene of the crime and then the hospital. There was no reason to have a discussion about whether it happened or not. Everybody knows it happened. I made a video from the space that it happened. My face was this big. Like, everybody knew it happened. But what happened was people wanted to ritualistically punish me. They wanted to make sure they silenced us, that they resorted to the most wicked behavior. They called my job. They tried to get me kicked out of my PhD program. They threatened my life. They doxed my address. They threatened my son. They threatened my family. And it's still.
At the end of the day, how much of this can you believe when she's willing to bold-faced lie to the police? I think consciously is strongly overlooking that part as well. She lied to the police. So she's telling one story to the public. She's telling a completely different story to the police. And it was the police investigation through their major crimes, because how she presented it, they were already primed and ready to railroad any Negro they could find. And through the evidence, she's now a wanted fugitive on the run. Yeah, blame black men though, huh?
Happening to me 3 months later. And I just don't understand. I don't see one video about that white woman. I don't see nobody spending their days. A lot of you black content creators dedicated months, hours to punish me. And y'all don't got nothing to say to that white.
Because you know why, ma'am? The white woman in Jonathan Majors' case only bashed Jonathan Majors. You, on the other hand, made a whole crusade adding fire to the gender war in the black community. So to even ask that question shows again your dishonesty. Consciously. This is what you're defending. I mean, at what point do you just say, hey, you know what? She got me too. She got y'all. Just like the other woman that was in my comments earlier. I guess she's trying to get her media career popping off. So let me go try to jump in Beatzilla's comment section. Anyway, Because the whole conversation, I said 9FBA. I didn't call her a tether. I'm calling her a tether now. But because as you see, she still keeps trying to weave in and out of, I'm African, I'm black. I'm African, I'm black. Oh, stop. And then gender oppressed people. That ain't got nothing to do with our agenda. You understand what she's doing with that? She's trying to make some false relation to the LGBTQ community for support. That is a that is a straight up con artist move, man. And real quick before I go any further, Iron Malt and Faith Speaks Life. Thank you for the Cash App donations. I much greatly appreciate both of you. And peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. Faith Speaks Life and Iron Malt. Appreciate y'all. And thank you for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Oh, let's hear some more of this lying criminal. This thief.
White woman. I just want to know, what did black women do to y'all that y'all hate us so much?
Tether.
What did we do? What have we done to deserve such hatred?
Lie on black men who were never present at your ordeal. Not to mention, you were with one individual, just like Jonathan Majors. Why didn't Jonathan Majors' situation become all black men like yours did? Because it was you who went out there and lied. It's you who brought black men into your conversation when you're over here bringing Ubuntu the Proud Witch. Because remember, this is you.
Like I'm not from Africa. Y'all playing with me like I'm not from Somalia. Y'all playing with me like we don't do voodoo there. Y'all playing with me like my mom's not a witch. Do you see this? Do you see how many candles I've been burning? Baby, I'm sending that right back to you. And I'm more powerful than you. I'm a motherfucking powerful witch.
What did we ever do to you? Oh, no, ma'am. You ride in your own car.
Excuse me, thank you.
So, yeah, I think we have ran that one enough. Because like I said, I was going to read you the article or whatnot, and then this video popped up. The article in the news is like, oh, it's actual interview with the man to whom, see, she had to then further identify. See, you all they're purposely missing this. This woman lied at about 5 different steps in this case. So what's to blame about the people? Man, why is this so important? That's $40,000 she's scamming from the people. You won't let Tariq Nasheed get a $10 ticket off you. Before y'all over here like, man, the cult members over there, man, I just don't know. They spending all that money, giving Tariq all that money. You getting scammed by Tariq. If we were getting scammed by Tariq for the products that I have bought, no, I paid for a product. I got the product. That's how business works. See, what a scam is when you have a grimy tether out here in the mix coming over here saying this group of people who have nothing to do with your hustle, this entire group is now the topic of discussion because you're lying on this group. And then tell them, I never did nothing to nobody. Oh, always raise your antennas when you hear somebody say that. That is one of those things that other people need to say about you. And truth be told, that probably won't even be said within your earshot. That's why I'm saying these are the things that are supposed to be when you a person that never should have to give self-affirmation at a moment like this. You are saying how accomplished you are and all of this. No, everything is a con and it's all coming crashing down. That's why you're hearing her give her accolades to herself about what she's my PhD program. They call my job. They call my, no one cares. Only point that people were making is that you're a crook, and then you try to promote a gender divide within our community, and you need to pay for that. Simple as that. No one trying to kill me and stop. None of that is going on. And that's just a big load of crap. The whole people, I'm fearful of my life and all of this. And then the very next thing you see, I'm talking tough. Yeah, let that stay there. Let that stay there. Oh, that is the other thing I need to hear. I don't know if we're going to get to that. Well, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to end with this. Okay. So, like I said, with the what's her name? Rona Bash. Just a criminal. Consciously, and all of you other Somalian finesse scammer supporters, you guys you put on the cape and then start talking crazy about black men and how black men don't protect black women and all of this. So at the end of the day, now that you are having to face the truth, all we can tell you is this.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Now, with that being said, we are getting ready to get out of here, but there's one more thing that I have to play for y'all. But before we do, family, this is the weekly wrap.
Tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods. Giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
And the very last thing I want to hit is the political sassy mammy, Jasmine Crockett. And family, this one right here really caught my attention today because I'm like, man, you are doing the most. Let's check it.
Christian Morthy from Illinois. Oh, forgive me. Miss Crockett from Texas.
Thank you so much. Texas on top of Texas. Very interesting. My colleague just mentioned that we should talk about facts instead of fallacy. So I do want to make sure that we address a couple of facts, starting with the fact that Republicans claim to be pro-life, but they're anything but. Considering the fact that we just had a woman and her two children that died, they drowned in the state of Texas because our governor decided that federal authorities should not be allowed to actually try to save those people.
Order, Mr. Chairman, could you
No, those people were entering the country illegally, so they ended up dying during their crime. What does that have to do with the pro-life? Here's the other thing, pro-life of Americans. The party that's pro-life, the pro-life for Americans. They're not in anybody other, and they're not in anyone other anybody's country telling them get rid of abortions. How the Democrats are in everybody else's country telling them to promote the Skittles agenda. Man, you know, there's something to think about. Let's not be hypocritical. I'm just saying.
Instruct the member to not use profanity to interrupt other members.
And can we not keep running down my time?
We'll hold your time. You'll get it back. Remind members to have decorum during the hearing today. Ms. Crockett, you may continue. Please restore 10 seconds to her time.
The fact is, these people died at our border in Texas
Illegally
on Friday.
Illegally
we are
crossing.
here today having a hearing, and the pro-life party does not want to talk about the fact that there was basically state-issued or sanctioned death at the Texas border.
Ma'am, precautions that are there to keep people out. That's like saying an electric fence is a death sentence because the person that tried to climb and invade my home past the electric fence, it's my fault that they dead because I should have let them invade my home. You hear what she's saying? The logic of these people. And this is why I'm playing this at the end, because how different is that logic from the logic you just previously heard? It's all coming out the same camp.
There can be nothing more inhumane than the fact that we have not even decided that we were going to discuss this on the pro-life side. But you know what?
You wouldn't, because they're not American citizens. They have nothing coming from this country that they died trying to enter illegally. This is insane.
do want to talk about some other facts that we have. Republicans can't do the basic job that we are supposed to do. You see, in 2 days, we are scheduled to shut down. They can't figure out how to do a budget because we're 6 months behind, but somehow they are going to solve this complex issue of immigration. I seriously doubt it. And to quote,
so let's ignore it. And let's give some more billions to Ukraine and more billions to Israel. And, well, Republicans don't know what to do at the border. Oh, because I seem to recall there not being this influx of so many illegal invaders coming into our country when the last president was in office. Not that we're any fan of Trump here at the New Black Media at all. No. We're for the people, but when we're dealing with the people, we're cutting that conversation right down the middle. We're not biased this way. We're not biased this way. This is bargaining. And it's time to do business with your constituency that is the black vote. Not just putting a black sassy new face up here to come shake her finger and wave her weave around to sit up here and y'all look at here, y'all just better do this because y'all go crazy and I'm gonna do my sister girl routine all up on Capitol Hill. Y'all better look at me and not say nothing. That's all she do. Like, what else is she? What is she known for? What policies is she known for? She's known for finger wagging and weaves and wig shaking. That's it.
a great known as Riri, also known as Rihanna. How about we give a round of applause, a standing ovation, because we have absolutely had nothing more than performative politics. In fact, my Texas colleague just finished his comments by specifically talking about the election in November and who's going to win it.
Jasmine Crockett, you are from the party that has literally tried to undermine democracy by filing lawsuits, trying to get Donald Trump off of the ballot. So you like I'm saying, this just blatant, crazy hypocrisy that comes from these folks. It's this same Democratic energy, man. It's crazy, ain't it? Tia to you, she is wholesale crazy. Facts. DSM Sinister, I see in the house. Thank you for being here, brother. Let's hear some more.
We are not here to campaign. We are supposed to be here to legislate, but we have done everything except for legislate. So let's go through a few more facts. Democrats have introduced legitimate, sensible legislation to address what we're seeing. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle want to grandstand for political purposes rather than work with Democrats and fix an immigration system that has been broken for decades.
No, we have some immigration laws that work just fine. It worked just fine for the Haitians in Texas. They weren't sit. Here's the thing about that whole thing in Texas. Greg Abbott, no one says Greg Abbott sent them back. Matter of fact, the whole Haitian migrant issue is basically nobody wants to bring it up. And I could see why Jasmine Crockett wouldn't want to bring it up, because it definitely flies in the face of what she's saying right now.
Republicans continue to vilify people, including mothers and their children. And as I just said, we just lost a mother and her children.
You know, America is not Venezuela. So one way of staying safe is staying home. Like how people, these white folks still want to go mess with what's that island? Was it North Sentinel Island? Want to keep going fooling with them folks, and then end up there. Oh man, why ain't anybody going in there? Because they told everybody to stay out, and they don't want your so-called Christian beliefs coming on their island. Keep the hell off the island. What do white people care? We gotta come over here to bring the gospel of Jesus Christ. Flunk. Check out of here. Don't cry coming back here to Americans crying about some folks that told you to stay the hell away. Yeah, he did because he took his ass over there after being told not to. Privilege didn't happen there's no white privilege on North Sentinel Island. Keep your ass off that island. Simple. Just like if you don't want to die in the waters in the Gulf of Mexico, of Texas, stay your ass in your country. And Jasmine Crockett, these people are not our responsibility. They are not the burden of America. They are the burden and the product of their own lands, to which they fled from, to which they're now coming here to reap benefits unearned by them. And you're saying that the Democrats have given them some kind of program that helps them and addresses the problem? No, they don't. How they're doing it is displacing citizens for these people that are coming over here, because this is the Democratic agenda. And then let's not act like we didn't hear it, because we heard it with our own ears.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. Hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
We also know that the gentle lady from Florida, who happens to be the only member to give birth this session, specifically admitted that she actually wants a child separation policy. I can't think of something more ironic than
see the false, and then the here's the other thing, and this is a tactic. This lets you know that there is blatant white supremacists in these in the Shields Academy, in these SHIELD training sessions and whatnot. Because what she just did is something that's a tactic that you see the deceptive white supremacists use all the time. False comparison. So she's making a very false comparison to Okay, and just like Conscious Lee is doing, and just like everybody who is trying to support this idea that this woman ain't no criminal on the run, but she is. And so just like that, you're trying to avoid and talk around it, man, she actually did get hit with something. She wasn't no brick. And she kept running around. She's still saying she got hit in the head with a brick. Now there's video saying that she got hit by a water bottle, but you realize she's still coming out here saying that she was hit with a brick after that reality is coming to the surface. These people are bone-faced, stone cold liars. They don't give a damn. They don't care about black folks as they fool you in believing they do. But this woman and all of them folks, the Conscious Lees and all of these people and, trying to protect this scammer, all because it was an agenda against us. Just like what Jasmine Crockett's doing right now.
And that particular member specifically advocating for child separation policies. Republicans are yelling that states don't have the tools to help with migrants, but rather than work with Democrats, Republicans are targeting communities of color in Democratic cities like Chicago, New York, and Philadelphia. And while they say that it's about Democrat-run cities, I do want to point out another similarity that they have. These are cities that are run by African Americans. So while I know that they love to pretend as if there are no racial undertones.
Nah, that one doesn't work either. That one don't work either. Who? Brandon Johnson? Eric Adams? Proven traitors to their own community. Ma'am, I don't see the reason for even bringing them up. Because and this is what we know of them, and the people in Chicago are very vocal about that. These people are running the party line, not anything for black folks, not anything for the community. That's not happening. Whatever that's coming from the top of the DNC is what they're pushing, to the detriment and harm of their own communities. That's nothing new. How you think we got all this gentrification with all these black politicians? Nothing new. Come on. Really?
It is just striking to me that we specifically are going after African American run cities, and we talk about the mayor of New York.
No.
I don't know when.
That is Democrat ran cities, ma'am, not black ran city. There's no such thing as a black ran city. It's a Democrat ran city.
I've ever seen so much bipartisanship and agreement out of the Republicans, but they continue to talk about what the mayor of New York has said. Let me tell you about somebody else who wants to speak out about New York, and I want to make sure that she understands that the Democrats aren't the problem, but the Republicans are, and that's Cardi B. Cardi B specifically talked about her frustration because the mayor came out and said that they don't have the resources that they need. But guess who has actually tried to give the resources to these cities and who has stood in
No, ma'am. No. Now, see, this is such devilish trickery. Bad attempt at it, though. But what she's trying to do is, okay, well, Cardi B, who once also, of course, endorsed Joe Biden this go around, is upset at the Democrats for what they've allowed to do. And here, let's start here with how we're in this predicament. We're in this predicament because of Joe Biden. And those people are not looking for resources for these invaders. They are looking for these invaders to be removed. And the Republicans are advocating for some of these people to be removed. And the black folks in these neighborhoods are not asking, in Chicago and New York, they're not asking for you to find resources for immigrants. They're telling you, send them home. Fire up the jet. You understand what I'm saying? And she just can't accept that for nothing. And this is what we're saying. Fire up that jet. Because these folks got to go.
Obstruction. President Biden. To be clear, President Biden has tried to give state and local governments and nonprofits federal resources to support temporary food, shelter, and other services, but MAGA House Republicans are refusing to give those cities and states those resources.
Because they need to be deported, not fed and housed. They don't need money, shoes, clothes, and all of that. That is not American taxpayers' responsibility. Stop trying to spin this into something else. This has been a disaster, and it's only one person's policy that this all came about. You can't say cities are getting targeted in this without mentioning the culprit and floodgate opener, Joe Biden. Simple.
President Biden has tried to put 1,300 more Border Patrol agents at the border to help, but Republicans have obstructed that request. Republicans want to cut the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States. President Biden has tried to give our border agents 100 new cutting-edge inspection devices and add.
Jasmine Crockett, if you don't stop it, drug running is drug running and been drug running since drug running been running. So when you're going to sit up here and tell me that there's, he's going to come up with all of this new technology, how would it ever be implemented with all of these people entering into this country illegally at all different points in spots? And then not to mention, when you have border agents letting these people through, how is this going to be implemented? He has border agents there now. And when they want to stop the fentanyl. That's exactly why. You remember when I did that question, I even posted that as an individual question. Why, since there was a war on crack, where's the war on fentanyl? And the reason why there's no war on fentanyl is because Joe Biden is actually largely responsible for a lot of the uptick in fentanyl coming to America at this point due to his policies. Ooh, yikes.
At 1,000 additional law enforcement personnel, Republicans obstructed that request. Honestly, I can't tell if y'all are for.
Did you just catch what she just did there? She also advocated for more police.
For anything other than obstruction and cruelty. Just take a look at my governor last week. He said, and I quote, "The only thing we're not doing is we're not shooting people who come across the border because, of course, the Biden administration would charge us with murder." I know Governor Abbott doesn't understand the law, but let me say this, that absolutely would be murder. And with that, I'll yield.
All this advocacy for things that harm your community. Zero advocacy for the things that your community is out here rallying for. Showing up at these political events. Shout out to Marcel and our brother Black Alpha. I remember I told y'all, and I seen some of the footage that went on last weekend over the Martin Luther King Day holiday, and they pulled up on them folks, and you know, see, here's the thing: there's those folks that have been so used to being in these places representing so-called the Black agenda, which their Black agenda is just whatever the Democrats say, which is benign neglect. And we ain't going for that no longer, man. No longer. Not only that, though, like with Jasmine Crockett and Conscious Lee, to even be in the mind state to do that against Black folks, you're like with Conscious Lee, you're so damn conscious, but you missed this big scammer in front of you.
You shade tree nigga.
Yeah, like I said, when you hop in that car and ride with the red or blue, and you're not betting on Black, this is how it's gonna happen. And so you have all of these doggone Democrats advocating, just like her, advocating for the illegal immigrants, and then going to say something about fentanyl. No, ma'am. They're just going to be like, well, this is the way we're going to get it in. Oh, found a good route. And when one comes over here, they're calling back to South America to their relatives, like, send that package on up here, family. I tell you, I see what you said. You willing to sponsor them. Swim back to Siberia, where they from? Oh man, for sure. And again, for all of y'all that are really, really riding hard for the Democrats, and you're grasping at straws, but now you have to also say, hey, black men, Democrats did something for you, but now I have to actually defend the anti-black man agenda. Consciously, we see you.
Buck dancing, shuffling, scratching, bootlicking, bamboozling, Uncle Tom Negro.
And for all you other ones that are still like, well, man, you know, man, y'all just want to bash a black man, black woman. I mean, people make mistakes, and that woman's a whole criminal. But if you believe that.
But I'm telling you, as a psychologist, I'm not going to be able to psychologize all them on the corner. Some of them going to sleep for good.
So, consciously, Jasmine Crockett, you get one of these. Sambo. Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall. And let us rise. Can you dig it? Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. It is interesting out here, ain't it? These folks, who knew that this dude was literally going to pop up and surface, and he's on TV doing interviews, not her. She's on the run. Now, she could have been on the news saying her side, right? Oh, these charges, I'll be exonerated like all the other people do. But she's such a staunch con artist. She did what thieves do. She ran. If you think that we are wrong for pointing out the danger of behavior like that, you have an issue with us exposing the truth of an individual who, number one, was scamming black folks, scamming whoever she could scam, causing confusion. Everything she said, these people are agents of confusion. Check mark for that. What that dude say? Diabolical scheme, i.e., con artist, who is now a fugitive from the law. Consciously, and all of the other ones who was out there, y'all ain't protecting black women. Well, y'all hold this L. And if you wake up tomorrow pushing that same agenda that you tried to push after this evidence has came out, well, I know I speak for myself. beatzillapdx. beatzillapdx official show. Pretty sure I speak for those of you in the chat, the grassroots, and the voices of new black media, when I say that we consciously, and all the other ones of your ilk, and especially that lion scamming tether, Rona, whatever her name is, Rovad Bash or whatever, we proudly dedicate this song to you.
Get up off of that
Hashtag hands off all reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
And always remember, folks, it's a new day out here. Hashtag Free Smoke 2024. All shills can get it. Because this is how November's going to turn out for you.
Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
Family, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, beatzillapdx. You can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket by way of donation, you can definitely do so at CashApp, $beatzillapdx, CashApp, $beatzillapdx. Also, we have PayPal, which is Zilla Muzak. That is ZILLAMUZAK at PayPal. And with that being said, it is that time to ride once again. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend, a safe weekend, and a warm weekend wherever you guys are at, because we have been frozen for almost a solid week here up in the Pacific Northwest. So with that being said, family, keep your smooth stones at the ready and your slingshot nearby, as you never know when you might need them. Stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.